It's the Caitlin Show.
Yeah, every time I've had a meeting as a streamer, it's always like, why could you not send me an email? why do you need to talk to me? Oh, you want someone captive to talk to? Okay. Great. I did some meetings with like content creator programs that were like really painful, where like various streamers are trying to suck up to the people in charge. I'm just like, get me the fuck out of here. This is the fucking worst. What is this? Or there'll be like a company that like connects streamers to people who want to like pay them to do sponsored segments. And be like, all right, just send me an email with the list of deliverables, list of requirements that they want, and I'll punch it out. They're like, yeah, we need to have like a 30-minute meeting to go over and it's like, it's all in a fucking PowerPoint. I can read the PowerPoint. It'll take me 5 minutes. For the love of God, treat me like an adult. I guess it's hard with streaming because you are dealing with some like very young people too. Thinking about this pack, I pretty much never take a Luris, but like earlier is better, right? If you're doing Luris stuff, let's try Luris. I never do this shit. Okay, so if I'm playing Luris, Blood Tithe Harvester could be a good one to rebuy. Just kill something every other turn. I could see that. Oh man, I think Fury is better than the Luris. Fury or Crab, just like automatically better. This is what happens when I draft Luris. I like see cards that are better than just like having a Luris suspended every game. 115 people in that meeting? That's no longer a meeting, that's a fucking lecture. Just be like, yeah, your boss has a few things to say to everybody. Hey, here it is in email form. Alright. I'll continue attempting the Luris stream. Oh yeah, Spellseeker wouldn't work. Look at Fire Ice and Time Warp. What about Sorin? Is Sorin interesting with Luris? This portable hole? Luris does just flip Sorin. Gris doesn't work. Wandering Emperor doesn't work. Delayed Blast Fireball does work, and so does Lingering Souls. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Zelzik, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 26 months there. How'd the turns deck finish up? There were a bunch of turns decks yesterday, J.K. Smith. I think we took more turns from Emrakul than Time Walk yesterday, though. We took a lot of turns from Emrakul. It was something special. Man, Atali is just so much better than Luris. But I'll draft the stupid Mind Twist. Shinobi, real interesting. I just take an Epicure here. Yeah, this is why I don't draft Luris very often. I'm like resenting every single pick. It goes against everything that I want to do in draft. Open a Lotus and it's fine. Yeah, then we can fucking ramp out a 3-2. Yay! Nothing better to do with a Black Lotus and Vintage Cube. 4-mana Planeswalker turn 1? Nope! We're putting a 3-2 to hand. Oh, good. Are there drafts that you just want to quit? No, not really. I don't think this is a bad start or anything. We got a Mox here. Some Sweepers and a Mind Twist. Totally reasonable pack 1. Emperor Bones is really good, but like Mishra's Bauble plays well with Luris too, and there's a Blood Crypt here. Fuck hum. I think you're just supposed to take the Bauble with the Luris deck. I think you're just supposed to take the Bauble there. Fuck. Fuck. Maybe Robber will find me some good cards. Why is it called a cube? Just the shape. Beanstalk last pick, not very surprising. I think there's a good chance I'm not playing blue. I'm gonna grab Inquisition here. I'm gonna grab some discard. Oh man, the rain is like pattering on my window and stuff. Pretty pleasant. Really nice to be out of the wintry stuff. So I like stock up a lot, but like I just said, there's a good chance I'm not playing blue. I'm gonna grab Voidwalker. Voidwalker's really strong. Really good one to rebuy with Luris, potentially. Cool thing about Kolaghan's Command is that it's a way to rebuy Luris, so your opponent like finally like kills your thing, and you just like rebuy, get the engine going again. I think that puts it above Fire Confluence for me, especially since we already have a couple sweepers. Thoughtseize and Vista. I like this Avora card too. I want to play that card, but I'm gonna take the Thoughtseize. Some beautiful pickups. There's like no way that Goblin Bombardment's correct here, right? Any cool Aether Drift stuff? Stock up is the main, like... Stock up's the juice. Stock up rips. You wish they would print a non-companion Luris. You could play it in Modern. People tried Luris in Modern. Just as like a card in their deck. They're like, what if I just played 4 in my deck? And then my curve went above 3. It was not very good. It was not a playable card. Very big difference between a free card that starts in your hand and a card that you actually have to put in your deck and draw on. I like Heat. I think I'm going to take this Edict, though. More answers to walkers. My first dual land. Oh yeah, I think I'm familiar with that one, Gelato. My fiance plays a bit of Hearthstone. And it's fun every time I'll watch for a bit and get like completely blown away by the new cards. And I have a bunch of these like back in my day stories. When Dr. Boom was printed, it was a very big deal, I tell ya. Ronald Jenkins had to get fucking nerfed. My favorite card was an 8-drop that pinged for 8 on your upkeep every turn. Warlock Zoo was fun, yeah. Yeah, sometimes she'll be playing Warlock, and I'm like, where's the fucking 5-mana 5/7 with haste? Where's the 1-mana 3/2 that domes you for 3? Yeah, Shielded is just much better than Luris. It's just like, what am I doing, right? By running the Luris here. Instead, I'm looking at like Flame Slash or Chromatic Star instead of a Luris. The Star might help my mana. Star might help me like counterspell on 2 and stuff. Flame Slash is good, but we have a solid amount of removal here already. I don't think we're gonna have the blue cards for Force Negation. Is it too late to play a Johnny? To get white mana in here? It seems kind of hard. We do have the Bombardment, though. You're right. Fuck. And now we're passing duels for Time Walk, of course. Bombardment. Can't play that one. Mystic gets Xander's Lounge, which is pretty good. I think I'm going to grab this Savai Triumph, though, and like have a bat's chance of playing the Ajani. Knife Juggler? Yeah, Knife Juggler was fun. Oh, Luris? Yeah. Every once in a while, I draft a Luris deck to remind me why I resent Luris decks. We're doing pretty well on playables. If we can get like a couple of fetches that hit both Tri-lands, or just like some more random duels, maybe we'll be okay here. Maybe that Chromatic Star will wheel. These green duels are like the only ones we can't use. So it's like miscalc, I guess. Yeah, there's a chance I just cut the Ajani and the Bombardment. And don't have this, like, strain on the mana base. And we can still play the Savai Triome, you know? It wasn't, like, a bad pick. Or a dead pick. Fable, can't pick a Fable. Prismatic Ending's nice. So is the Mana Leak. Third Path is interesting here. Yeah, Third Path makes the Bombardment make a little bit more sense, huh? Come on, Fixin'. Come on. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to grab the Misty and then just, like, hope the Savai Triumph wield. I feel like we need more than one piece of fixing. I think we need, like, 2 or 3. Which is possible. Especially because there were some fixing-heavy packs in there, right? Like, maybe we're the only one that wants that Badlands we passed earlier. Yeah, one issue with Luris is that you can't use Oliphant as a fixer, right? So now I have to choose between Malcolm and Bone Shards. Underground Sea. Underground Sea is like primo, but I think you want this Arid Mesa, right? Because the Arid Mesa gets Xander's Lounge or Savai Triome. Fuck, hum. Alright, alright. Those are some helpful picks. I think I might end up cutting like the counter spells so I don't have to have double blue on 2. Ooh, a triple Triome next to the Star and the Flame Slash. I think the Triome's better. I think the Triome's actually just better. If I intend to play the Ajani, I think the Triome is better. Nice. So now we're up to 4 white sources for the Ajani Splash. Haste up, upside down. Yeah, I mean, I'll grab the fetchable one, right? Or is that too many red sources? Yeah, this is like 9 red sources already. I don't think I want the Sacred Foundry, even though I can fetch it. I'll grab the Courtyard. Bob's got to be good here, huh? Fucking Taiga. Damn. Yeah, I was really hoping that Badlands would come back, but I think this worked out okay. I don't think I can play the Arena of Glory. It'll just end up being too many red sources. And then Lyris chills in the sideboard. Could get Voidwalker and lower the black requirements. Is green worse this iteration? No. Green's usually pretty open. Just like how white was like perma open for a long time. White's still usually underdrafted, unless you got people that like have a hard on for Boros, which is certainly a lot more than there used to be. Let's pull out the reactive spells real quick. This is our creature base. Not a lot of room for cuts in there, not a ton of critters. I'll go at that tar pit. Maybe I'll cut Bone Shards. It's cute with like Third Path having the 1/1s to sack. Maybe Toxic could be a sideboard card. Something like this. I have 2 Time Walk effects and like no real ways to abuse them or rebuy them rather. Like we have Bob, taking extra turns with Bob is good, or the Iconoclast is good. Alright, let's see how this mana lines up now. 2 mountains is gonna be way too many. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red sources. If you play 0, we have 8 red sources here, which is pretty good. Alright, what does this put us for black? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is good for black with the Voidwalker on 2, but we could go down to like 8 or 9. Probably 9, Alright, where does this put us for blue then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's pretty good. This would be 8 blue, 8 red, 9 black, and then however many white this is. There's only one Ajani, but I don't think we want the plains either. Yeah, this is 6 white sources. Let's go down to 5 white sources just for a Johnny. And we'll go up to 10 black. And then it's 10 black, 8 red, 8 blue. Yeah. We, like, always have a double black card in our hand, too, with Luris. What's the thought process on Toxic versus Fireball? One of them hits your opponent's creatures. And one of them hits both of yours. Bloom. Cool. Looks like I got it. No, Ivy and Scrolls. You can run zero creatures. If you have like a bunch of planeswalkers and stuff. People do 0 creature stips sometimes. Black Lotus, huh? That's pretty good. A lot depends on what the creatures are, too. Classic example of like a control deck playing a couple Baneslayers versus like an aggro deck needing like 15 creatures to function. Okay. Didn't really feel like taking form. Wow, okay. It is indeed an interesting collection of cards. I guess Breach and Black Lotus are pretty good together, huh? Oh, I don't have double black. Hey, Ectomaniac, thanks for the 67 months there. Yeah, life's pretty good. Life's pretty good. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, my dog's named Pig. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 19 months there. Boo. Does Voidwalker turn off Converter? Exile a card from your graveyard. Yeah, it sort of does. It doesn't stop Currency Converter and Hull Breacher and Profs working well here. What's this Revise Spellbomb, hum? I was worried there for a sec. Oh, I don't have a fucking black source for this Fatal Push. God damn it. Ah! That's just gonna be the whole game right here. It's just me, like, being short on black mana. Getting the Aether Spellbomb back is so much better if you don't have the black mana. Yeah, thanks for the 19 months. My dog name's Pig. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Hope folks are excited for some vintage cube. I think this is my favorite album that my chat's shown me recently. So I can sack Voidwalker on their turn, right? To play this whole Breacher. I think I want to do that. Or I could do it in response to their Shredder here. Maybe that's better. Hey, the Code Daddy thinks of 13 months. Thanks for sharing that Twitch Prime. And Arglypuff thinks the sub thinks of 63 months. Arglypuff says, oh, no ads. Go away, ads. I like subs, not ads. I'm with you, Arglypuff. I am with you. The question right now is, like, do I want Harvester or Spellbomb, huh? Both seem pretty good. Let's get the Harvester. Two blood tokens for the Blood Tithe now, so I mean, that, I believe that deals like 4 damage. -4, -4. Bombardment kind of looking good with third path. That game made me real happy to be on 10 black sources and not less than 10 black sources, right? I was really choked up on black mana there. Almost cost me. I have no idea what you're saying, Yargol. My dog's named Pig. Just finished some nice day drinks in Banff. Now some magic and beers in the room with the dog before I'm going for dinner and more drinks. That sounds like a full day. My dog's named Pig. Sounds like a full day. Travel safe, of course. Uber has made partying and drinking just so much safer. Way less than you have to worry about. We paid a lot for this list. We passed like Shieldred and stuff. Nice to see it paying off for us. What did Big Uber get me? Yeah, right? As someone who lives in near the suburbs without a car, I certainly am fonder of Uber than most. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Frozen Stank, thanks for 15 months. Have your Prime, we'll do... Oh my god, Dak getting to steal in my Aether Spellbomb. It's fucked up. Get my 2-for-1 back there. I've had good luck with unlicensed cars too, Tybalt. But I have always felt a little, a little more nervous than I would be. Right? Yeah, exactly, Tibalt. Like I'm a big guy. I'm sure if they were like looking for people to bring out to the middle of nowhere and rob, like I wouldn't be like super high on their list, but hard not to be a little nervous. Oh, there's gonna be horror stories about any service that object gifts that's like this widespread. But the fact that like when someone is dangerous, there's a system to rate them and such, so they don't get to do that anymore. We humans tend to hyper focus on those like scary examples. Watching movies about deadly hitchhikers, stuff like that. I guess I miscalculate. I suppose. You've had a few incidents of gouged prices. Yeah, I think. Well, the surge pricing happens when they literally don't have people, right? So it's like you can accept the ride or not. Oh, that expressive though. That expressive though. Good thing we got that daze out of their hand, It feels like the system for accountability is just like way sketchier with cabs. Hell yeah, Dobbs is Dobbs. United by Paste. Thanks to 19 months there. Cabs are almost like tenured. Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. Are you supposed to Inquisition here or Mind Twist for 2, Like either one could get bricked pretty quickly. They do know about the Mind Twist. They could have like a soft counter here. I'm gonna Inquisition. And then Jace is coming down. That's a bummer. Might want to retap there. Is this Wet Mardu? I think white is our splash. So this is Dry Grixis. Yeah, it sounds cool as shit, Crazy Hair. How's this rendition of Cube? I enjoy it. As with all cubes, there's a few things that I would change. Something that this pair of cube curators have emphasized is like having a high-powered cube with few dead cards. But despite that, every season there are a few dregs in there still. I did finally look at the new Ugin. Looks pretty sweet. I see why people are talking about it in regards to Tron. I was really hoping this Jace wouldn't find an answer to the Luris, so I could rebuy a Johnny or something here. Is this Mystic Confluence? It is. I suppose I say no, right? And then just like play the Luris and replay the Johnny again. Got some cool cats here. Both players have been getting some value for a bit here. Them from their Jace, me from this Luris. Bobble versus Blood Tithe is a little tricky there, I think. Oh, maybe I should just push my own cat token here. I think I'm gonna board in my counterspell in this matchup, even with only blue sources. It seems really important. The games are gonna go long enough. Oh, nice. What were the opponents playing here? Maybe Ballista or something. Yeah, it's not upheaval. Sure. Time Walk, Time Warp. They can't really let me untap. But, I mean, if they redraw upheaval, they'll be fine, huh? So the lead singer of this band, Lords of the Trident, is going to be guesting on my stream Tuesday, 7 p.m. Here in my office. He's gonna come in here. I'll bring up another chair. He can sit here in front of Sir Barrington. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. And we'll talk a little bit about Lords of the Trident. Talk a little bit about the Mad with Power, the metal fest that he puts on here in Madison. Largest power metal festival in North America, I've learned recently. And he'll help me draft the most power metal cube deck that we've ever seen. So I'm very much looking forward to that. How familiar are they with Magic? He's played Magic before, but it's been a long time. Like, he's one of the people that's got like a bunch of old cards in the closet somewhere, you know? Should really dig those out sometime. Last year at Mad with Power, they actually held a Magic tournament in the middle of the event. So clearly they dig it. They dig the vibes. Yeah, a lot of times you would scoop to Upheaval plus a pile of mana or Upheaval plus Fast Bond. But we do have a Mox of our own, and we do have Time Walk. So they kind of do just have to kill us. Good chance he's supposed to lead on Iconoclast there and get that one mana drained instead. Normally you'd bin Epicure because it's kind of a fiddly card, kind of a piddler, but next turn I can play it alongside of Johnny. You keep Fire Ice for a burn kill. Maybe if they're at like 5. They're a little higher than that. Okay, they win. Fine, fine, fine. Bone Shards is another answer to things is tempting. Let's do this. Which we had some shatter effects here. Pretty good time spiral there, Zoopy Zoo! Thanks to the sub, thanks to 74 months. We did take Colian's command over Fire Confluence, yeah. A lot easier to cast, also hits artifacts. Rebuys Luris. Would have been really good that last game, Let me pop off Jace at some point. I don't think the Mesa can get an untapped Black Source. We can get that Badlands Wheel. You have 3 colorless mana. Probably supposed to play this Vi Triumph there, so we have double black. Mystic Confluence, bouncing. Bounce my critter, draw some cards. Yeah. So the reason to bounce both cards there, the Epicurean and the Dark Confident, is if you're planning on playing a draw 7 here and just shuffling them both back in. In that case, drawing more cards for the opponent doesn't matter very much. So like, say bouncing Bob and then drawing 2. If that's worse than bouncing Epicure as well, then they don't value extra cards here. Hey, Jakaka, thanks for the sub, thanks for the 3 months. Well, maybe I'm wrong there. So I'm going to loot away this Spire Bluff Canal. But it certainly feels like they've got a mana drain. And now we have 2 options. We can a Johnny plus Bob, or we could go a Johnny and then sack the token to Bone Shards and flip. I think I like that better. Get a Johnny producing. And now our hand is Time Warp, Bob, and a red creature for a Johnny. That's all not bad. Could we have played the Epic here too? Probably. There's probably a way that I could have tapped that differently, huh? Yeah, if I tapped the island instead of the monster when I played the Ajani, that would have worked out. That would have been a little better. Could we twist? With the opponent's Mystic Confluence, if they're going to Mind Twist, still think the Mystic Confluence drawing a card is better than killing my Epic here, right? And who cares? Huh. Kind of surprised the Voidwalker resolved. Should have played it before the Ajani ability, I guess. One more damage. Extra damage could matter. They got this Mana Crypt going. So if I played the Epic here last turn, that's another 2 damage. And then another 1 damage here. They'd be at 2. Oh, this upheaval shit makes me wish I had some flash creatures. All these lands come to play tapped. Why can't I have a counterspell here, huh? Oh my god. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Hufflock thinks that's 68 months, and Tim Zatur thinks that's 25 months there. You just got to Chicago and enjoying some of that rain. Cube is life. Cube is indeed life, yeah. For me, the rain's been real pleasant. It means I'm gonna have to take a couple days off of, like, building garden beds and stuff, but that's okay. That's probably needed. I was so tired. I pushed myself so hard yesterday. I was having a blast, but I did push myself so hard yesterday that, like, I went to sleep at my regular time and woke up at noon. I slept for, like, yeah, pretty much 12 hours straight, which is a lot for me. Usually I sleep like 7 or 8 hours a night. My body was like, I need to catch up now. Thank you. Just play a Bob here. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Retract thanks to 14 months and Unholy Diver thanks to 63 months. Hello, hello. Hey, Just Blade thanks to 17 months. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Hell yeah. 2 games, 2 upheavals, 1 win, 1 L. Poison Type, thanks for gifting a sub to ZXC Mass. Congrats, Mass. Force Will would have been insane in this matchup. I think we saw Forced Negation at some point. I bet this band's live show is a lot of fun. Their music videos seem like just a blast. Headlining Mad with Power this year. Hard for your mental to just not scoop to upheaval. You can scoop to upheaval. Who cares? I won't judge you. Swamp, enter the revealed card zone. Ooh. So we Inquisition turn 1, then we don't have Counterspell on 2. Maybe that's okay. Mana Drain, Memory Lapse, Relic. Okay, okay. Maybe I should just be Blood Tithe in there. See if you can get the Memory Lapse out of their hand. Untapped land, please. Now you shall be the one who is mind twistered. Alright, that's all the cards we knew about. Hell yeah, Chief. I don't know why the Strix didn't serve. Maybe they thought I could have haste creatures or something. The idea is that the Luris can rebuy the Spell Bomb, just like it could rebuy the Blood Tithe, but this way I'm getting in 3 damage. And now we're ripping lethal next turn. Through a blocker too, I think. With the bombardment there and stuff. Hell yeah, Environment. I was just telling people... Oh, we mind twisted your gas and then you do land, so... I'm gonna send this one back. This looks better. This will go get Savai Triome. You were thinking it'd be nice if I had a guest or did a cooking stream one time? Cooking stream could be kind of fun. Kind of a pain in the dick to completely redo my setup, though. A mana doubler. Like, what, Berggren? Does it feel bad to show hand? On Magic Online, it's very easy to misclick at the end of the game, Jidahem, to show hand, because the buttons move around. So you might be going to click, like, draw a card to see what your next draw was, and the button shifts, and you click show your hand on accident. Extremely easy to do. You should never take it personally on Moto. Every once in a while, it's pretty clear that, like, they were trying to show off or whatever. But it's pretty rare. High Tide and Reign of Filth would I guess they would get you infinite, because Titania would rebuy a forest each time. I mean the sec outlet for the lands. Sorry, just trying to wrap my head around it while I'm playing here. I really don't want to like bin a bunch of lands and let the Death Ride do its thing. Baleful your own creature does not flip a Johnny. It's got to be like death, right? Whenever more cats you control die, yeah. You said, recently I've been very consistent with Magic, but variety used to be nice. God of War, the Metal Rhythm game, some other card games, Blacho. That has also been very consistent, Danevar. You might have missed those streams, but there's been a lot of those too. I very recently played through, like in the fall, I believe, I played through Diablo 1. And that took a solid chunk of stream time. And then more recently, there were several weeks in a row that I did a deck building variety stream day. And if you've been jonesing for Caleb Variety Day, this week, Friday, is going to be Variety. There was a Steam sale and I bought a bunch of games that I want to try. So when Cube's around, I like to focus on Cube. It's still going to be like a 6-day week for me, but I don't want to burn out either. So I think a Variety Day will be a good bridge there. Keep things fresh for me. And I'd like that to be the case for like as much of Cube season as possible. We'll see how the days work out. But that's my goal, is to do a variety stream on Friday most weeks if I can. If I can swing it. Gonna bring in a couple more removal spells. Opponent's playing Mana Dorks and such. Did I ever stream Rogue Trader? I fired that one up on Rando and I looked into it and it seemed very text heavy for me. I liked the flavor of it and stuff, but it didn't seem like a good one for me to stream. I'm not a fan of like reading a fucking giant pile of text on stream and then like not reading it aloud and then like clicking through, and so like there's slower readers, there's faster readers, like the chat's not all together, you know? So you lose all that flavor, you lose all that story. The cool thing about Baldur's Gate is that Baldur's Gate 1 was they didn't have like voice actors for everything, but the text was pretty spread out. You would get like even like the dialogue transitions they would have a narrator for. So that was pretty easy to manage. And then Baldur's Gate 3, of course, has all those beautiful voice lines and stuff. Very easy to stream. But Rogue Trader did not seem easy at all. Yeah, that is not how I would describe Inscription, Bleak Oblique. That's how Inscription was sold to me, and I enjoyed it at first, but I disliked the rug pull partway into the game. Meta Mystery Puzzler is what Inscription is, and then there's like deck building elements. How does a game rug pull you? Well, people tell you it's one genre of game, and then it's not that at all, is how a game rug pulls you. It might even, like, sell you as that other type of game. I've had a few games do that. I mean, Doki Doki fucking did that, right? Outer Wilds did that to a little bit of extent. Yeah, we're at 41 cards here. I couldn't figure out what the last cut was. Yeah, the player base for Outer Wilds, I kind of ended up resenting, even though the player base is like very positive. It was like almost toxic positivity, where like everyone's so spoiler averse that they don't even like tell you, they don't give you a hint as to what you're actually getting yourself into. And it's like, if I knew what this game was, I probably would not have streamed it. I probably would have like enjoyed it by myself some weekend if I had the time. But a game with like a very questionable runtime is just like not something that's good for my streaming schedule. Yeah, everybody was really hyper spoiler averse, such that they wouldn't even like tell me things that like the game progression is based on memory, and runtimes are like completely user experience based, so extremely variable. It's like, okay, well, none of that sounds like something that I want to stream. I guess, Did Doki Doki Literature Club have content warnings? It certainly did, yeah. To be fair to Inscription, you think that was chat rug pulling me? Really? I'm pretty sure the game sets itself up as a deck builder. and doesn't tell you that it's like a fucking meta mystery game. Because those games don't work if they tell you that they're a meta mystery game. So they all market themselves as something else. God, my man is going to be so sketchy here. 2 more turns from now, we can play a third path. We can look it up. Like, it should have the genres listed here, right? It feels like they should all just be listed. Inky Black card-based Odyssey. It blends the deck-building roguelike, escape room-style puzzles, and psychological horror into a blood-laced smoothie. Okay, at least it tells you that there's like puzzles and stuff involved. It doesn't really get into the meta aspect of it until you have to like read a lot into that last sentence. But that might be fair. That might have been more from chat than Inscription itself. Story rich, sure. One awkward thing about this is I want to play the Inquisition after the third path to get the trigger. But if the card I want to get is a removal spell for the third path, then it's going to get it, right? Cabin in the Woods is 10 times better if it doesn't have the sci-fi tag on it. Disagree. That's another one that I just like despise. That everybody loves. Or what was that fucking one where they were like flying towards the sun? That sci-fi film that became a slasher in the last like 10 minutes. Just abrupt genre shift. I was like, oh well, I was kind of enjoying this movie, but I guess I'm not because it's a different movie now. Great. Yeah, Sunshine. Sunshine is so good. I think like 2/3 of Sunshine is really good. And then it's a different movie for no reason. Event / Ryzen. I guess we eat 3. Event Horizon was less scary than you'd been led to believe. So I dug Event Horizon a lot, but I also care more about like aesthetic and stuff than like actually being scared. I don't think being scared is like a terrifically good barometer of a horror movie. John Carpenter's like scariest films are some of my least favorite. And a lot of that's subjective, right? Like a lot of people are like actually trying to be scared. I think a lot of horror fans are not literally afraid when they're watching the horror films, though. They're into it for other reasons. Hey, Professor, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 40 months there. You have subbed in months, what I've lived in years. It's been a long 40 months, Prof. It's been a long 40 months. You think Event Horizon's a deeply flawed movie? Yeah, So I like Event Horizon a lot. A lot of that is in the performances, right? Yeah, like Larry Fishburne given a strong one. A lot was cut out of that movie. There was a section of the Hell Realm that they decided was just like way too fucked up to air on television. And it just got cut. It was like 10 minutes of like just fucking horror nonsense. You rewatched John Carpenter's Vampires yesterday. It didn't age well. So I saw that one like kind of recently. It was not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I had known that was one of like his like less well-regarded films. And I had seen bad Carpenter films before, so I was expecting like Ghosts of Mars bad. And it wasn't. It wasn't that bad at all. Yeah, we couldn't blood tithe the cub on our turn because they had that fetch up, They would have just blown out my sacrifice. Yeah, Sam Neill also in Event Horizon, Don't we want our cat? I mean, that's why I haven't looted away a Johnny. What do you mean? Oh, the Luris. I could have put Luris to hand. Yeah, it's valid. If I'm making a mistake, like forgetting that I have a companion or whatever, though, you should not point it out. That is not a thing that I want. A Caleb Letterboxd account. I have one, but I don't log things consistently. Upside Down just watched Possession for the first time a week ago. What an uncomfortable movie, Deeply uncomfortable film. Clearly good, right? Clearly good, I think. The practical effects were the highlight, but I would have liked more of them. If you liked Possession, I would recommend Beyond the Black Rainbow. Beyond the Black Rainbow is like somewhere in between Possession and Mandy. Also extremely uncomfortable. So the grist upticked here before serving. A little odd. That's the Annihilation. Annihilation's one of my favorites. I always put it in my list of favorite horror movies and in my list of favorite sci-fi films. I double count it. It sounds like we have very similar tastes, Stag and Chrome. In horror films, anyway. Oh, I need to bounce Hogak there. What am I doing? I knew it, too, because that thing has trample. And then I just had a brain fire with the Force of Vigor one on the stag. And now I just have lethal on board and kill the Laris. Yeah. Whereas if they had a 6/6, like obviously we could chump that still. Just a brain fight. They happen, aim. A movie that messed you up a lot was The Banshees of Inisherin. The concept of a lifelong best friend saying they don't like you anymore without kept you up a night or two. So I liked Banshees of Inisherin a lot. I think I identified with the big guy a lot more than most people. The film shows you like his life improving and like the life of the whole community improving without his friend soaking up a lot of his time. I think that's why the film starts you with the other character, so that you identify with him and become more attached to him. I think that's a very conscious choice. Very different movie if you start with the other guy and you're just like getting irritated while you're trying to like write music and stuff constantly. But like you saw the bar come to life, like actual women in the bar, young people, students learning music from him, like all this stuff that like he'd been wanting to do. He cared about his legacy. What I think of Cabin in the Woods? We already talked about that. I hate it. It was wrapped up into that whole discussion of like games and films disguising what genre they are. Oh my god, I don't want to go over the entire conversation again, Senior. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not just gonna spend the and then I backtrack and like cover it all with you, and then like a fucking another person comes in and they're like, oh, why didn't I have to restart? I'm not doing it. I didn't play your Song Request last night, did I? I'm like scrolling through this pile of gift subs. You're correct. My apologies. Might loot away this Johnny. You haven't seen Banshees yet, but In Bruges is one of your favorite movies. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of cast overlap, and obviously it's the same director, but they are quite different films for sure. Banshees is really pretty, and both films have like themes of friendship and stuff, and they give you a little bit to think about. But I feel like Banshees gives you like a lot more to think about. And I think Banshees... I mean, In Bruges is certainly dark in parts. They both have a little bit of that, like, humor and darkness mixed together. But Banshees is way prettier. You can probably tell which one I prefer. Suppose. Most depressing movie you've ever seen? Wow. It's certainly very sad, yeah. Especially the plot line with the abused kid. I think it was the saddest part of the whole movie. I just want a mind twist here, but we did set up the push. I think Gorillas in the Mist is the hardest I've ever cried at a movie, but I was also a child. So I wonder if it still has that on me. I never went back and gave it a rewatch as an adult. How's it going? It's going well, Francis. It's going well. Grave of the Fireflies, yeah. Or Plague Dogs. I'm going to play a 24-hour late song request here. Oh, I did play something from the Jarhead song request just from the Jarhead recently. Maybe you made 2 song requests though. Maybe somebody else put it in. Last night's was BMTH plus Vitus. I don't think I saw that when I went through. Oh, mashup. Can you feel my seventh element? Yeah, I might have just like not gone through to my Dealamabob. It's a bummer to lose my Bob, but I think I'm supposed to trade off here, But I just returned Dark Depths to hand. Wish I hadn't punted last game. A little bit worried about the grist milling. Milling Hagak. Oh. The slow depths. Now they won't have fodder. Decide to grist. But you team to the late blast fireball. As much as I would like Bob back, I'm just gonna get a Johnny. And then I think I attacked them, right? They're at 5 life. Vitus is in the Guinness Book for highest note sung. Really? There's the Hagak. Did they draw another critter? You can certainly bring up a previous possible line. Absolutely fine. Just suspend the delay blast fireball. Yeah, I mean, your mana base isn't 100%, right? Like, having 6 mana isn't, like, a guaranteed. Especially when your opponent's playing, like, a land matters sort of deck. I thought this was good, like, protecting the Luris, getting back the Ajani. Oh, shit. I thought we were 0-1 there. I don't remember winning a game at all in that match. Sweet. Apparently multi-queuing a finals while talking about movies and stuff is totally fine. Just draw well. That might be my literal first trophy with the Luris deck. I don't draft them very often. Hey, thanks, Trolley.